What's up, Ricanistas? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to the first Rican reaction of the Premier League season. And what a match. What a way to start the season. What an absolute way to start the season. 3-0, 3 goals, clean sheet against championship opposition. They've just come up. They never really troubled us. We had control of the game from start to finish. Early goal, couple more, and then we were just in cruise control for an entire match. That's the way you start at home. Glad to see. And we saw some good debut. We saw Salas was amazing. He was amazing. And yeah, overall, being realistic, you can't really take that much stock into it because you expect to be Coventry. The one thing I will say is we didn't sit back. We didn't just score and sit back. We actually had a go at them. We actually tried to get something else going on. So it wasn't like the performance we're used to, where we just score and you're watching handball. No, we actually tried to get more goals. And yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm excited with the way we started. I'm speechless, man. I can't say much more than that. Let's look into the game. Let's look into the game stats. And when you look at the game stats, you see nothing but red because we dominated them. We dominated them from start to finish. And yeah, we started with the Kai Havertz goal. I had basically spent the first 10 minutes slandering him. Then he scored. Then Bukayo gets a goal. Silas puts across the box. It deflects off the keeper's hands right into the path of Saka. Saka puts it away. And then Martin Odegaard has the limpest shot in history, but it goes in. The keeper should probably save it. He gets a hand on it. He gets a finger or two on it. It doesn't go in. Martin Odegaard with the third. And then from there, it's pretty much cruise control. You look at the stats. We had 19 shots. They had 4. They had 1 on target. We had 6 on target. I mean, 65% possession. At times, it felt like more than that. But I think, in the second half, they had a little bit more. 590 passes to their 343. Our pass accuracy was 93%, which I thought was amazing. Less fouls, 1 yellow card apiece. We had more offsides than they did. But I expect us to have more offsides than they did because we were actually attacking. They weren't really. And 8 corners. We had 8 corners. They weren't as effective as usual, but I mean, you got to be attacking to win corners, so I'll take that. So yeah, I think it was absolutely great. Let's get into the comments. Yo, Mickey, Salas looks great. Big up to Cooper. And he does, man. He looks absolutely amazing. He was direct. He was getting shots off. He was getting the ball across the box. He had idea. He had a little bit of pace, and I think that's what we needed the left wing, man. That's honestly what we needed for left wing, and I'm glad we got it. What I do think, though, is that if we're going with Eze for the rest of the season on left wing, it's not going to work. We're definitely going to have something else and some help for him because he won't be able to go every match. But I just love the breath of fresh air that he's provided us so far. I mean, he's looked electric. Coventry was absolutely rubbish. They were because they're championship side. And this is what I say. I expect this because they're a side who came up from the championship. And also, it's Frank Lampard, bro. I don't rate Frank Lampard at all. So, yeah, it's not like he's the greatest, philosophical mind. He's not the greatest tactician. It's Frank the Tank, man. That's it. So, yeah. But good game, job done. Yeah, we got 3 points. That's how you want to start the season. You want to start the season off well. You want, especially if you're playing championship opposition, I expect the dominance. And that's what we were. We dominated. We got the 3 goals. It was never in doubt. Big up to Wahaha, of course. Of course, big up to Wahaha. Smash the likes. Make sure you smash the likes. And subscribe if you haven't already. We appreciate it. We definitely appreciate it. So, yeah, man. It's absolutely great that we got what we needed. We got the start we needed. There's no controversy. There's nothing, bro. It was just great attacks at points. There's still a little bit we need to work on. What I like is the defense weren't really troubled. Mosquera looked all right. Saka's begging for a goal, though. Some of Saka's decision making, you can tell that he wants to go. And he got it. So hopefully he settles back down and it's more team oriented, but we'll see. And Waha bigging up Cooper. Big up to Static. Said, hey, Rican, good, great win, great performance, well done. Yeah, man, you can't be upset with that. If I get on here and I say, Arsenal didn't win the way I wanted them to, and I'm upset, nah, man, I'm not going to do that. But we do got to talk about some of the players. We do have to talk about some of the players. Static says 6 likes, like and subscribe, please do. And he says he has to go. I'll watch the replay tomorrow morning. Take care. Take care of yourself as well, Static. I appreciate you for stopping by as always. Let me see if Google will actually show me the lineups. There we go. Can you see all of them? Yeah, that's the full team. So I'm looking at their ratings. I go through the ratings as well. This won't be the longest of shows, but I'll be here and we'll talk about it. But David Raya, for me, David Raya probably gets a 7 out of 10. He didn't really have to do much, and the one time he was called upon, he did. But that's the joy of David Raya. He can just sit there and do nothing and be, absolutely amazing. So Ben White, I'll give a 7 as well. I thought, the right side, when I break the team down, I think the left side of the team and the right side of the team they were different. I feel like the left side, and it's crazy because last season you looked at it and it's the right side of the team was the more dominant one. You've got the Ben White Saka connection, the Timber Saka connection, the Odegaard Timber Saka connection. Like the right was everything, and the left left a lot to be desired. Tonight, I think the left hand side. I think Calafiore was good. I think Salas was good, and I think Salas just changed the game. I think he just changed the game. I think he was lively and he made things happen, and that's what I like. So Ben White gets a 7. Mosquera and Gabriel both get 7.5s for me. Clean sheet, man. The entire back line gets 7s. They start at the 7 for me. They kept the clean sheet. They weren't really bothered. I can't really think of too much mistake. Gabriel got a yellow card, but who cares, bro? Take one for the team. So yeah, I'll give them all 7s. Declan Rice for me, a player that I thought shouldn't have come back. I think he should have had more time out, but he was solid. As I said, still had not much to do because it's not like Coventry, had a lot of possession to start off with, and they weren't really going to trouble him that much. I'll give Declan Rice a 7 as well. I think most of these players are gonna get 7s. Miles Lewis-Skelly for me gets an 8. You see the dynamic that he brings in midfield. He loses the ball, he wins it back. He tries hard, and I just like seeing him and Rice there in the midfield, and it even allows Odegaard to be more progressive. It allows Odegaard to be more progressive because if Odegaard loses the ball, then you don't have to worry about, Rice and Zubimini trying to recover and run. Lewis-Skelly back there can help you. Rice is back there, can help you. The one thing I will say is I don't like Declan Rice being further forward than Miles Lewis-Skelly. I think that Declan Rice should be the 6. And I think that Lewis-Skelly should be 8. I think that Lewis-Skelly gives us a lot going forward. Big up to Gunnar. He says, good evening, Island Boy. Big up. I'm an Island Boy. Big up to you. I gotta get that clip though. But yeah, Lewis-Skelly gets a 7 for me. Declan Rice gets a 7. Martin Odegaard gets a 7 as well. Bro, I know they gave him man of the match and he scored a goal. Lewis-Skelly actually gets an 8 for me, but Martin Odegaard gets a 7. I know he scored the goal, but the shot was limp. if that shot doesn't go in and it gets saved, then Odegaard has basically done nothing. I don't understand the Glaze, and I do understand the Glaze because he's the captain. Odegaard's the captain, so he will get accolades when we win. But bro, can we just be honest? Martin Odegaard didn't really do much. Like the first half, I didn't remember mentioning his name, except when he overpassed the ball. Like I don't think he was that great. And that's not me hating. That's not me having an agenda. I just don't think he was that great. Like they gave him a 7.3 because he got the goal. If he doesn't get the goal, what'd he do? Did they give Salas an assist? I mean, Calafiore got an assist. But look at that. One tackle, 21 accurate passes. You got to go one shot. That's pretty much it. No assists, nothing. Listen. Odegaard got a 7 for me, man. I just can't glaze him like everybody else. I just can't. I can't act like he was super phenomenal when I didn't think he was trash, but I don't think he had that great a performance, man. To be honest, I think Lewis Skelly had a little bit better performance, even though Lewis Skelly kind of faded as well. But yeah, man, that's my thought. As far as the front three, the only thing that I would say with the front three tonight, the saddest thing is that Salas didn't get a goal, and I think he desperately deserved it. I wish that Salas had been there instead of Odegaard and put that goal aside, so all front three could get a goal. I'll start with Saka. Saka for me gets a 7.5. He scored the goal. He looks lively, but like I said, sometimes Saka can be a little bit selfish. Sometimes I want to see him actually just make the pass. I know that he desperately needs a goal. I know he desperately wants to be the star and do that, but sometimes you just got to pass the ball, Bukayo. Stop trying to shoot in the middle of three people, hit the wall, and get nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? He had a couple of moves where he got past and he squared the ball. But in the end, he got the goal. He was there and thereabouts. You get a lucky deflection, and then you put the goal away. So there you go. Kai Havertz also gets a 7.5 from me. Kai is everywhere. Kai Havertz is everywhere. He's in the midfield. He drops back. He goes forward. He's in the box. He's everywhere. My question: Victor Gyökeres didn't even come on. We'll have a conversation in a second. I just noticed that just now. Kai Havertz gets a 7.5. He gets the cross, if you will, and he puts it away. It's beautiful. He gets the cross from Calafiore. He puts it away. Nice finish. 7.5 for me. And lastly but not least, in the starting 11, my man of the match, Salas, man. Salas was amazing. He cut in, he cut out, he cut all about. Salas was making things go. He was making in the attack. Salas was fearless. My only sadness when it comes to Salas is that he didn't score. I wish he had scored. I think he deserved the goal. I think he deserved more. You know, you look at his stats: 2 shots, no goals and assists. But his winning the ball back. His winning the ball back and Calafiore picking it up and then shooting it into Havertz is how we got the first goal. His cross then, which got touched by the goalkeeper, falls to Bukayo Saka, is how we get the second goal. Like, he's there and thereabouts. Salas was lively. He was trying. He had some good shots. He had a couple shots that I think went over the bar or were saved, but I think he was lively. And when I'm looking at it, I'm like, good signing, good solid signing. But one thing I will say, I don't want to get overhyped. This was Coventry. And also I think we're still going to need some help. You know, Evan came in to replace him. But if you're going the year having Ezra play left wing, we're in trouble. We know that's not his best position. We saw it last year. We're in trouble. We definitely need another left winger. It looks like Martinelli is out of there. And let's look at the subs bench. So these are the subs. They get standard 6s for me. None of the subs really came on and did much. Marino probably gets a 6.5 because he came on, and Marino does what Marino does, man. He takes shots. He's lively. That's what he's there for. Pierre Hincapié came on. All of the changes happened in the 65th minute and after. 67th minute and after. Nani Madueke came on, ran at players, didn't do anything. Martin Zubimendi was just to deputize for Rice, make sure they didn't break. They didn't. Mikel Merino had a couple shots, as I said, so 6.5 for me. Eberechi Eze, I don't remember him doing much except receiving the ball. And Pierre Hincapié, as I said, was probably there just to show things up. The more interesting thing is that our star striker, who scored 15 goals in the Prem last season, couldn't get on the pitch. He's not injured. He's on the bench. Why is he not on the pitch? How is Kai Havertz getting the entire match? And it just goes to show you that I don't think that Mikel Arteta rates Victor Gyökeres. He's been linked with moves away. He's been linked with swap deals. People are talking about get rid of him. I don't understand it, bro. This guy is an integral part of the reason we won the title. And I hear people glazing Nani Madueke more than they back this guy. Because the manager likes Nani Madueke. And it's obvious that he doesn't like Victor Gyökeres. Or else, why is our striker that we bought on the bench? Make it make sense. I don't understand it. So, yeah, man. Salas is my man of the match. I thought he was phenomenal. I thought he was absolutely phenomenal. Looking ahead, so we go from, that's right. We play Villa next. It is. So we go from a Friday match to a Monday match. It's weird. But our next match is Aston Villa away from home. And I'm very curious to see what Villa have. We had this discussion in the group chat, not in the group chat, in the comments earlier. And Unai Emery Villa's been gutted. I mean, we got Kanza, which we saw him in the stands. We saw Kanza in the stands. He's our player now. And Villa have been poached. They've been poached. But one thing I have said about Villa and Unai Emery is the fact that he is very good at turning dust into diamonds, man. He's very good at that. Unai Emery knows. He knows that he doesn't have much to work with. He knows that Villa are in financial issues, and he knows that he's probably going to have to get some, mid-level players and make them overachieve. And I think that he can. I think that he can, and he will. And we know that the last time we went to Villa Park wasn't exactly the best time. So, yeah, man, I'm excited for it. This is I feel like will be a test for us. First match away from home. It's on a Monday night as well, so I'll probably do a live stream for it. Yeah, I probably should, because I'll actually be off early, I think. So I'll probably do a live stream for that. But yeah, we'll play Aston Villa next. And a look at the table. I know we're the only team that has played, but look at it. Can we stay here all season? I think we can. I mean, poor Coventry going down. But yeah, Arsenal top of the table. And if I'm honest, man, it's the performance that I expected. It's the performance that I expected from Arsenal tonight. I predicted a 4-1, and I was going to predict a clean sheet. I was going to say, oh, I think we'll get a clean sheet. But there was a part of me that thought that maybe we'd ship a leaky goal, because you do have Mascara in, you do have Ben White, you do have Calafiore, and then you're playing MLS. You're playing MLS basically at the 6. I was like, maybe they'll get a cheeky goal. Didn't happen. We kept the clean sheet, and what a great way to start the season. What a great way to start the season. You keep a clean sheet, no injuries, you get some rotation in. And yeah, the champs are back, man. The champs are back. How's everybody feeling about it? How's everybody feeling about the match? All the Arsenal fans, put in the chat. How are you feeling? Did you learn anything tonight? I didn't learn anything. I think that our players, actually, I take that back. I did learn something. I think that Salas is going to be I think he's going to be the sign of the season. I think that Salas is going to be our breakout player. I think that he's going to be a player that is going to have some big moments for us if he keeps playing like that. But one thing, I always try to stay grounded. I always try to keep my feet on the ground when it comes to how I rate players and how I think about players. It's early. It's the first match of the season. We played a championship side. He was lively, but will you be that way come November? Will you be that way come to December? You're playing games every 3 days. Like, will you be the same? But that's just thinking ahead. I have to take it how I take it. This is the first time I've seen him play an actual competitive Premier League match, and I think he was phenomenal. I think that Miles Skelly was good. Odegaard, I think he wasn't terrible, but he also wasn't a world beater. He scored a goal, great. But we've seen some players that haven't played well score goals. We've seen that. So, yeah, I don't want to put too much stock in it. But in the same vein, I also don't want to disparage anybody. I also don't want to take away from anybody's performances because we won. I'm not going to sit here and act like the world is ending because I have an agenda against players. You can have a mid-game but contribute to a victory, and that's what I think some of them did. We got the victory. It's very easy, but we're going to have tougher tests. We've got a tougher test away from home next week against Villa. I'm excited to see what I see, but we're the first match as well. It's a Friday night with the first match. I'm curious to see what the matches look like tomorrow and Sunday, and then what our competition looks like. Who from the Big Six will challenge us. We saw how City looked in the Community Shield. They weren't great. Manchester United do what they do, which is hyping themselves up and making it seem like they're going to win everything, and probably don't. Chelsea, we don't know what they're going to have. So we're the curtain raiser. We're the first. We got the job done, but we also haven't seen what else, what other teams have got. So I'm keeping mindful, but I'm happy with tonight. 3-0, I'll take it. I'll take it and run with it. We dominated the game. It was easy. I don't feel like we had any trouble, so I'm happy with that. So that's just my thoughts on tonight's game. That's my reaction. As far as what's happening next on the channel, I will be back tomorrow for the Sevilla Watch Long, Sevillista Waffle Long. I'm excited for that one as well because it's funny because Sevilla played a match at home, and now they're going away. And Arsenal play a match at home today, and then next week they're going away. So we're playing Bilbao tomorrow at San Mamés. I will be here. I think it's 3:45 p.m. I'll be here locked in. Siempre Sevilla. Yeah, definitely be up for it. And then depending on how I feel, we haven't done a proper Waffle House. Sorry, I said watch along. I'm getting all waffled up. We haven't done a proper Waffle House where we talk about kits and chill and not talk about Arsenal. So depending on how I feel, because sitting here takes a lot out of you. Depending on how I feel tomorrow, we'll see. Maybe we'll do a really, really good Waffle House and bring some new kits out to the forefront. So that's my Rican reaction, everyone. And I'll leave you guys how I always do. If I hope to see you guys again tomorrow. But if I don't, I hope you have a good weekend. I hope that everything you want to happen happens. I hope that all the negativity goes away. And most of all, I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope you enjoyed the waffle along with me, the Rican reaction, and I hope you see you here tomorrow for the Sevi Easter watch along. I'm gonna be gassed. It's such a great start to the season. Both the teams getting win, both the teams finding a way. Arsenal doing a better job than Sevilla, but it's a long season. First match out of the way for both clubs. 37 to go. Let's see if we can retain the title, Arsenal. As always, come on, you Gunners, and I'll see you guys on the next live stream. Have a good night. Have a good weekend, and